Greetings, this is a WoW Dragonflight Mage Tower Guide for Survival Hunter. Let's start with my talent tree. You can also find it in description. In this challenge, your gear is scaled down to 120 item level, but you can use these consumables. That can be very helpful. The Mage Tower challenge encounter for Survival Hunter is Closing the Eye. This challenge consists of two separate fights. The first, against Archmage Xylem, and the second one, where you fight corrupting shadows. If you need help with Mage Tower and don't want to spend a lot of time mastering challenge, check out conquestcapped.com. It's a trusted boosting service rated with 5 stars at Trustpilot. They can complete any Mage Tower, any class, and any specialization without ban and account sharing within 15 minutes. Check out link in description. The first stage of the scenario requires you to survive various spells from Archmage Xylem in 2 different phases, with an intermission between. It's important to keep in mind that this first stage lacks any sort of enrage mechanic, and this is not a DPS race. During the first phase of the fight, he will use 2 frost-based spells against you. Frostbolt deals a moderate amount of frost damage. You might as well interrupt this with Muzzle to keep the damage intake as low as possible. Otherwise, not particularly important. Razor Ice. Xylem will teleport you away and encase you in a cage of many targetable ice pillars with low HP. If you touch these ice pillars, you will take heavy damage. You need to escape this area as fast as possible. Use Disengage at the height of your jump. This should work each and every time. You do not need to move or reposition yourself for this mechanic while you are inside of the ice. After a certain amount of time, the intermission phase will begin. Xylem hides himself among many mirror images and begins to cast Arcane Annihilation, 40-second spell which will wipe you if it succeeds. Your goal is to find shimmering model of the real Xylem and to break his protective invisibility with your flare as quick as possible. In next phase, Xylem will attack you with a combination of arcane and shadow magic spells. Arcane Barrage, a moderately damaging single target spell. It doesn't need to be interrupted. Let your pet tank it and maintain Mend Pet spell. Don't be afraid to use Exhilaration in emergencies. Draw Power, a self-buff that Xylem channels, rapidly increasing his damage done. This needs to be interrupted immediately, or the fight will go out of control. Shadow Barrage. Xylem spawns a few waves or shadowy orbs that travel fast in a straight line. You can avoid these to not take any damage. That is all of the first stage. Xylem will repeat these phases and intermissions randomly until you bring him to 10%. After that, the fight will end, and you will drop combat as Xylem expels a demonic entity that was possessing him, and the second stage begins. Stage 2, the Shadow Within. Start this fight by positioning yourself at the edge of the arena. There are not many mechanics to pay attention, but you need to kill the boss fast before the entire arena is covered in void pools. Corrupting Shadows itself periodically drops a void pool on the ground that slowly grows. Standing on this void energy deals heavy damage to you. If you take too long, the platform will become covered in the void energies, making it almost impossible for you to survive. The most and only important spell of this phase is Seed of Darkness. Boss will place a debuff on you. When it expires, 3 Darkness Within adds spawn at your location, and after a brief moment of being stationary, slowly make their way to the boss. If they reach it, they will heal it, and you will lose your challenge. When the boss casts Seed of Darkness, run far away and continue to position yourself on the edge of the arena. Then, as the darkness within spawn in, they will be neatly grouped up together. Use a tar trap at your feet, so the adds will immediately be slowed and rooted with entrapment. If needed, you can also use Binding Shot to keep them in place. This is all you need to do in the final stage of this encounter. Stay calm, kill the boss, and receive your fancy new appearance. However, if you find the challenge too difficult, conquestcapped.com can help you with that. Link as always in description. Have a nice time.